So you want to age up as fast as the pros on Step. Well, you have come to the right place. Well, I'm not really a pro, but this is the build order that I use on Step. It's a 16 pop build, and it will allow you to age up quickly so that you can ideally get military out and fight for the free hunt in the middle. On Step, you're going to come across a lot of civs like the Mongols that are able to hit really fast up times. And if you want a chance at keeping up with the aggression, I'd really recommend this build. I've had pretty good success with it. I'm going to be using the Byzantines for the sake of the video because they have no eco bonus. So just to show that this can be done. But of course, civs with eco bonuses can do this even better, whether it be wood savings, food, so on. So there are a couple steps that make this a little tricky, but I don't think it's the most complicated build out there. So I'll explain as I go along. So in the beginning, I like to just build my town center right away. Seems to me now with the new generation, it's always going to be on the berries, so I'll do it. I guess, because I'm unlucky here and I want to get the sheep for scouting purposes, I'm going to run the horse around the back here so I can use my sheep for scouting, but normally you want to go scout the front of your base. And I see where my boars are. I guess part of that's different than the bonus. But so what I like to do is I like to get a boar in right as the TC is completed, because I find that this is the best way to age up quickly. So I'm going to run over here. I'm going to and ship them onto the boar. This is looking pretty good. Do a quick shot, and alright, great. So we've had no idle TC time so far, we have the boar. So now what I want to do is I want to have it so that I have 8 on food, and then once I have 8 on food under the TC, I'm gonna go for the deer with 4 of my villagers. Now, the reason why I like to do 4 on deer with my villagers, like pretty early, is because you don't want to go too late and risk being disrupted by military. And I wouldn't send a lower health villager in this scenario because it is somewhat a liability, although it's not the lowest health, but just be aware of that. Now, also on this map, okay, so here's something I like to do to get ideal placement of my mill. I like to shoot like 3 of them and then build it as close as I can. Now, this is very controversial. A lot of people say don't do that, you're going to get the crazy amount of rot. And they are right, and I normally would not do that. But the thing is, this build is very tight, and you don't want to be eating a lot of villager walk time. So that is the core of this build. It's speed. And this is not the only build that you guys probably know that sacrifices a little bit of efficiency. You know, skipping horse collar, as an example, is a way of less efficient. Playing and talking. But yeah, so I'm cool with a little bit of inefficiency as far as rot goes because I want to minimize the walk time. And as I say that, I shot the board a little bit too far from my TC, but that is what it is. And yes, so on this map now, the reason why I like to scout back my base is just so that I get a good, clear understanding of where I'm going to wall. And also, there's a lot of now herdables, right? A lot of sheep, a lot of cows, and yeah, we want to look and get them. So. Yeah. If you were going for maybe like a militia or something like that, it's not something that you would really want to be doing. Because you want to go find out where your opponent's base is and where they're taking hunt. But since we are not worried about that, then yeah. So what I do is I do 10 on food in total, and then I'll go and I'll put 5 onto wood, kind of to overcompensate for the fact that we didn't go on wood early. Here I'm going to go and just try to see where my opponent is, but there's probably some herdables here that I'm missing that I could be getting. And yeah, on this map I really think getting a little bit of rot's not a big deal, especially if we're talking about aging up quickly and we're talking about how, like, fighting for the pretty good in the middle. So do I care that there's a little bit of rot on these guys? No. If you don't believe me, as far as the walk time making a big difference, you can see how it was just barely able to click up there. So if my Zills had done any extra walking that was necessary, we would be in cover. So there I am. I'm up on 16. I'm going to send 2 more over to wood. You could do stragglers. Probably should have done stragglers, honestly. You don't need to have 8 on the wood in the long run, but that's okay. To compensate for that, I will just probably build my buildings with some lumberjacks. We'll queue up the one build that we need for age up. So when we're about halfway to feudal age, I'll go ahead and make the racks. But as you can tell, like we're gonna be pretty good on food. We're gonna be good on wood. We will definitely have enough for stable. Going archers with this build is definitely possible. You could do either way. The thing about that is if you go for the archers, you won't have enough to get fletching early, which is not the biggest deal. Opponent who's also aging up really quickly won't really be getting techs either, but, you know, you can't really fight scouts with... Huh? I've not played AI on this before, so I don't really know. I low-key kind of want to shoot him because it's annoying, but no, it's also disrupting the build order, so I'm pretty conflicted about this whole thing. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Won't lie. But yeah, so we'll build the stable here. So yeah, if you had done like 2 much stragglers instead of the split line here, you could just easily drop the stable. Those guys there, so we'll do it here, right? So. And as you can tell, we have plenty of food to go ahead and get the scouts that we need. And yeah, I'll do a little bit longer on this build order here, right? So we've got villagers still in the middle, like cool, like we want to keep getting the free hunt if we can, so we'll do that. I could get double fit axe here, but I would wait just so that I can make the no there because we don't want our ghost to survive ever, so let's do that. Alright, we'll give them their own devices now. And these guys can go back to wood, or we can take long and, you know, start walling our base up, fine, so we'll do that. And then like from here, I'm probably looking to save up for the double fit axe, right? So. And I'm gonna just put people under the TC onto food because we're trying to get eco attacks. We've basically spent all of our banked food on getting the 3 scouts out. So in this situation now, like I'd probably wait until I had 2 scouts and I would start poking around. So do that. I'd keep it in the stable, but again, talking and playing is not my strong suit. Let's not go into there. And yeah, so let's get double bed action when we can. Probably have to go for a shock off. It's okay. So we got double bit there, and then like from here it's pretty smooth sailing. Like as you can tell, we have a lot of free food still available to us. We haven't even touched our berries. We've got those on the middle that are still doing their thing of the hunt. We're pressuring our opponent, and then like let's say you go forward now, and it's like, oh okay, like my opponent's going for archers here, right? Like we could easily drop a range here in a second, and that's what I'd do. If not, just go ahead and like grow your economy out, right? Like just start dropping farms. We've saturated these pigs like pretty hard, so some of these guys don't work anymore. Right, so you just be in there, and yeah, that's basically the gist of the build order. Idea again is to just get out on the map quickly, harass your opponent. If they're busy defending against you, then they're not out in the middle taking food, and you are. Now, in situations, that's like the most important thing. Say you're playing against the Mongols usually age up on 15 pop. And if that's the case, the benefit of going out into the middle as early as I am with my 4 through 8 villager is because, or 5 through 8 villager, is you can get all 4 of these here before your opponent is going to be in feudal age. If you wait until you do 6 wood and you do, or 6 food and then you put like, 2, 3 on wood and then you go to the middle, there's a real possibility that you'll be disrupted from the hunt before you're able to take it all. So if you're playing against a fast civ and you're a slow civ, this is also a good technique to use because you're guaranteed to at least get forward, which is important. Thanks for watching my video. I have some live VODs of me doing this, so yeah, maybe I'll get it to the channel or not. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry that I waited until it's out of the pool to make this video, but I feel like it's something that was talked about over the course of it being in the map pool. So when it comes back around, you will be a professional. And yeah, stay tuned, hopefully for some more map overviews.